Okay, think about your phone for a second. All those photos you have, how many are just sitting there? Amazing memories, sure, but kind of static, right? Collecting digital dust, as I sometimes call it. Those moments you snapped, but maybe don't look back at much. Well, what if Google Photos wasn't just a place to dump them anymore? Because today on the deep dive, we're really digging into how Google Photos has. Well, it's really changed. It's become this comprehensive creative hub. Our goal here is to show you how you can use it now to explore, remember, and share those memories in totally new dynamic ways. We're going way past simple storage. We want to unpack the creative tools, especially how you can turn those still photos into, actual visual stories. So yeah, Google Photos has come a really long way. It's not just storage anymore. We're talking a big shift. It really feels like a creative studio you can just carry around. And the key thing driving this, it's advanced artificial intelligence AI. And it's not just small stuff. It's really revolutionizing how your photos get transformed.
Exactly. And what's fascinating here isn't just the AI existing, is how Google is strategically using it. They're taking their high-end AI research, like, the VO2 video model they announced, and plugging it right into photos. The aim, to boost user engagement, get you playing with your photos more. It's smart because it makes Google Photos stand out in a pretty crowded field. It changes you from just looking at photos to actively creating with them. It makes these sophisticated tools accessible to, well, everyone. That's the real shift, redefining what a photo library even is.
Okay, so let's talk about these tools. Google Photos now has this whole suite for making visual stories out of your pictures and videos. Let's start with highlight videos. You might remember the old movies feature. This is basically the new, improved version. They're dynamic compilations. You pick photos and videos, add music, boom. It officially replaced movies, which, let's face it, could be a bit clunky sometimes.
Well, definitely clunky. That's a key point. Moving to highlight videos was very much about smoothing things out, fixing that user frustration. Like you said, the old way often made you create an album first, just an extra annoying step. So this isn't just a name change. It's about making it way easier to just jump in and create something, lowering that barrier, which I think is the big win here. It fits this trend we see of, clearer names, simpler steps, getting you to the fun part faster.
Sounds like they were listening. And making them is pretty easy too. You've got two routes. Google Photos can suggest them automatically based on people, places, themes, dates. Great for a quick nostalgia hit. Or you can go manual. Pick exactly the shots you want. Quick heads up though, highlight videos aren't on Android tablets or foldables right now. And some older phones might struggle to make them because of the hardware. Okay, but maybe you want something even faster, like a really quick burst of images. That's where animations come in. Think of it like a super fast slideshow. You select a bunch of photos, maybe videos too, and it cycles through them rapidly. Perfect for showing, I don't know, a sequence of action shots. The big difference from highlight videos is that animations are, well, simpler. Just the visuals moving fast, no music, no complex editing when you make it. Just be aware, on desktop, you're limited to 49 photos max, and you can't tweak the playback speed yourself. Something to keep in mind. All right, and sticking with bringing stills to life, let's talk cinematic photos. This is where the AI really flexes. It takes a single photo and adds this amazing 3D effect, creates depth, motion, makes the subject almost like jump out from the background.
Yeah, this is pure AI magic. Google Photos analyzes the photo, figures out the depths, essentially creating a 3D map from that flat 2D picture. Then it cleverly animates it. It adds this dynamic layer to what was just a static image. It's like turning a photo into a mini moving scene, almost like a little diorama.
That's so cool. And speaking of popping out, there's literally a feature called Pop Out. It does what it says on the tin, makes the subject of a photo seem to, well, pop out from the background. Distinctive visual effect. But here's the key thing. You don't make these yourself. Pop-outs are generated automatically by Google Photos. If its algorithms think one of your backed up photos is a good candidate, poof, it might just appear. It's kind of a nice little surprise when you find one. Okay, so that's already pretty neat. But here's where it gets, really interesting. The cutting edge stuff. We're talking about the newest, most advanced AI features in Google Photos, first off. The brand new photo to video feature. This is seriously cool. You take a single still photograph, just one, and you can infuse it with these subtle AI-generated movements. It actually brings the image to life. It gives you these simple prompts like subtle movements or even, I'm feeling lucky.
Right.
And the result, a little 6-second video clip. It's amazing for those really impactful single shots you have.
And the tech behind it is that VO2 model we mentioned.
Right.
It's Google's advanced video generation AI, a big step up. What's also really important here is the transparency. These AI videos, they get a visible watermark and also an invisible marker called SynthHide. This isn't just technical jargon. It's Google being upfront, clearly saying, hey, AI made this. In a world grappling with digital fakes, this is well, a responsible move.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense, especially as these tools get so good. So photo to video started rolling out in the US, Android, and iOS. And then there's another new one, Remix, Molbos.
Hmm.
This lets you take a photo and instantly transform it into different artistic styles like anime, comic book, sketch, even 3D animation in seconds. Process is super simple. Pick a photo, pick a style, done.
Also rolling out now in the US, Android, and iOS. And this loops right back to that responsible AI point, doesn't it? Putting those watermarks and synth tags on there right away tackles those worries about, deepfakes and authenticity head on. By labeling AI content clearly, Google isn't just covering themselves, they're actively building trust. Setting a standard, really, for how you roll out these powerful AI tools ethically in consumer products. It lets you be creative, but keeps things clear about where the content came from.
Okay, so tons of cool creative options, but you might be thinking, where do I find all this stuff? Sounds complicated.
Oh,
Well, Google's actually made it way easier. They've streamlined how you create these clips. There's a new dedicated Create tab right in the Google Photos app, like front and center. This tab pulls everything together, photo to video, remix, collages, highlight videos, you name it. It's one single place to start any creative project. Super intuitive.
exactly. That Create tab is a direct answer to what we call discoverability in design, making features easy to find. It's all about simplifying the workflow, reducing the friction points. Remember the old hassle with movies needing an album first? This new tab just gets rid of that kind of stuff. It makes it easy, even encourages you to explore the creative side without feeling lost or bogged down. It's a much better design, putting creativity first.
Right, so we've created something cool, maybe a highlight video, maybe one of those new photo to video clips. What next? How do we polish it? What kind of editing power do we actually have?
Good question. And this is where we need to understand the layered editing workflow, as I call it. It's crucial to separate the basic tweaks you can make while you're first creating, say, a highlight video, from the much deeper, more powerful editing suite that you can use on any video file once it's saved in Google Photos. They're different stages.
Exactly. So when you're initially making or editing that highlight video, the main things you can do are pretty basic. Change the music, maybe reorder the clicks, take some out. It's about the overall structure. But like we said, you can't fine-tune the timing of each photo in the highlight video itself or speed up or slow down those animations during creation. It's more high level. But once you save that highlight video or that photo to video clip, or honestly any video you have in Google Photos, it saves as a standard .mp4 file, right? Then you can open it in the main Google Photos video editor. And wow, that's where the power is. You can trim clips precisely, adjust the playback speed, speed it up 2x, 4x, slow it down to half or quarter speed. Got shapy footage, there's stabilization. There are even presets like basic cut, slow-mo, zoom, track, boom. That's not all. Full control over cropping, rotating, straightening, even transforming the perspective. Then you dive into adjustments. Brightness, contrast, saturation, warmth, highlights, shadows, skin tone, even an HDR effect. Seriously detailed. Plus filters, Palma, Metro, lots of looks, and visual effects like B&W film, light leak, fisheye. And what I really like is markup. Lets you draw, highlight, or add text right onto the video frames. It's honestly like a mini editing studio.
And connecting this back to the bigger picture, it's really important to remember that accessing all these fancy features and how well they run depends heavily on your device, on the hardware. So for instance, basic stuff like cropping or filters might just need 1 GB of RAM, maybe Android 6.0, pretty basic. But those heavier adjustments, the effects, the HDR, you'll likely need more power, maybe 3 GB of RAM, Android 8.0 or newer. And like we mentioned, some older devices just can't create highlight videos at all. It's not Google being mean, it's a practical engineering thing. They have to balance adding cool features with making sure the app actually runs smoothly on billions of different phones. So they gate the really intensive stuff based on hardware. Ensures a stable experience for everyone. It manages expectations.
Right, makes sense. So you've made these amazing clips, you've polished them up. What now? How do you manage these masterpieces? Well, it's pretty straightforward. When you save them, they're just stored as regular .mp4 video files in your Google Photos library up in the cloud. Downloading them is easy too. You can grab just one or select multiple up to 500 at a time. If you want more than 500, say a whole album's worth, it'll download as a single zip file. And for massive downloads, like your entire library, there's always Google Takeout. Oh, and importantly, if you download something you edited, you get the edited version. The original stays safe in your library unless you actively delete it. Sharing is super easy too, right from the app or the website. Email, social media, all the usual suspects. Just a few taps. Okay, but how do you find them later? especially those automatic ones. Well, there are a few ways. Those automatically generated things like pop-outs or suggested highlight videos, they often pop up in that featured memories carousel right at the top of your main photos view. So you might just stumble upon them, which is kind of fun. If you're actively looking for something, the search bar is your friend. Just type in highlight videos or animations or even just creations. It's pretty good at finding them. And of course, anything you explicitly saved yourself will just appear in your main photos timeline, sorted by date like everything else.
Yeah, it's that dual approach, which is nice. The carousel gives you that serendipitous discovery. Oh, wow, look what it made.
Mm.
And then search gives you the direct route when you know what you want. It covers both bases, making everything really accessible, whether you're browsing or searching.
All right, before we wrap up, let's hit some pro tips to help you get the most out of all this. First, remember that platform thing. Core features are mostly everywhere, but the brand new stuff, photo to video remix, started in the US on Android iOS, so rollouts can vary. And don't forget those mobile quirks like highlight videos not being on Android tablets or foldables currently. Keep an eye on updates. Second, that device compatibility point is crucial. Your phone's power really does determine if you get the basic editor or the full-blown studio experience. Check your specs if advanced editing is important to you. And third, that transparency with AI content. Just remember those watermarks and SynthID tags on things like the photo to video clips. It's not just a footnote, it's part of Google promoting ethical AI, fighting misinformation, and building your trust as these tools get more powerful. It's a good thing. So yeah, when you step back, Google Photos really has transformed. It started as just, a place to keep photos safe. Now it's this incredibly dynamic, surprisingly intuitive platform for actually creating things, turning those frozen moments into something alive.
Absolutely. And those new AI features, photo to video and remix, they're not just incremental updates. They fundamentally change what you can do. They really empower anyone to bring static images to life in ways that feel genuinely new and engaging. It puts tools in your hands that used to require complex software.
Yeah, combine that with the easier workflow from the Create tab and the depth of that video editor. It's a really impressive package. Just double check your phone can handle the features you're most excited about.
And maybe this leaves us with a final thought. As it becomes easier and easier to transform our digital memories using these transparent AI tools, how might that change how we actually think about and interact with our own past, our personal histories? Will photo albums become less static, more like living storybooks we keep adding to and reshaping? Something to think about until next time.